My name is Rayne, and we're here to talk about dissociative identity disorder.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome tonight. We are here with Rayne. We are talking to her tonight about dissociative identity disorder. Hello, Rayne.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm going to sit back and relax and enjoy the show.
I'm crazy, whatever you want. I don't give a fuck though, you fucked up, shut the fuck up.
It emerged from its chrysalis, where it metamorphosed from being nothing other than a social parasite. Flapping around in the hottest hours of the day, this dedicated mother searches for a safe place to leave her babies. These ant trails lead her straight to their new, family, Hemipteran, which are these scaled insects. The butterfly lays its eggs right next to their new godparents, transferring its parental care to the ants. The absolute nerve! The Hemipteran are being tended to by the ants. By tending, I mean the ants are gathering honeydew. The caterpillars that hatch from these eggs grow through several stages of development. In the beginning, they are called free-living, whereas I like to think of it as more like free-loading. But in all fairness, this caterpillar is but an abandoned baby, and it must do what it can to survive, even if that is lying, begging, cheating, stealing, you name it. They rapidly move their heads, begging for honeydew from the Hemipterans. They also steal food from the ants by using these long extensions, touching the mouthparts of the ant in a way that mimics the ant's larva. The deceived ant feeds the caterpillar a tasty regurgitation of its food. Yum. In the next stage of this caterpillar's life, it lets go of its free-living ways and takes a stranger direction in life. Into the brooding chamber of the ant's nest. Now, it's not certain how they get down there, but it has been hypothesized that the ant's regurgitations, or I guess you could say stolen kiss, contains a secret, an access key or password, if you will, that gets the caterpillar in. It is also believed that they use their tentacle organs for chemical communication to encourage the ants to graciously adopt them as one of their own. Quite unbelievable. At this stage in the caterpillar's life, it is undoubtedly considered to be a social parasite, being served on by a team of ants until it eventually forms a pupa. It's possible that this social parasitism started as a result of the abundance of honeydew rewards and the caterpillar looking for shelter underground during colder months of the year or to avoid predators. But this story of overlapping lives does not end there. There is another caterpillar that's last ancestor with Panambi was over 90 million years ago. Despite this, it has independently evolved to have the same adaptive behavior and physical appearance. It too takes advantage of similar strange-looking family members with whom they wholeheartedly entrust their babies.
This video contains sensitive content that may be triggering to some viewers. Please be advised, Sacred Lovisa podcast contains abrasive language and sensitive subject matter including description of sexual violence. The views and opinions on this podcast or the comments of the viewer do not necessarily reflect those views and opinions of Sacred Lovisa podcast.
Everybody come on, I kill it track, get down, like how fighters I make low down, I'm fucking alone, come on, checking this out.
The monarch butterfly can remember its birthplace and transmits this information to its progeny genetically. From generation to generation, this was one of the crucial animals that tipped scientists to the idea that information may be handed down genetically. The Monarch program is founded on the Illuminati and Nazi aspirations to establish a master race. In part through genetics, knowledge may be passed down through the generations. It is critical to find parents who can pass on the proper knowledge to the victims chosen for monarch mind control. The ability to detach is the most critical aspect in trauma-based mind control. Dissociation skills are developed in children who have been mistreated for generations.
I asked her, I said, what age was I when you had me tested for petite mal seizure? She said, young, 7-ish. And then I showed her a picture of me in my grandfather's arms, and I was probably 1, 2 years old. And I'll send you that picture.
A test is run when the children are about 18 months old to determine if they can dissociate enough to be selected for programming or not.
I was dissociative before I was 2 years old.
What caused that?
Well, I don't have all my memories. So I am still multiplying. So I am a did system in progress, I guess.
You did say that some of your alters started attaining subalters. How does that work?
Well, okay. A system within a system. A system within a system, which is a subsystem, would mean that Brittany, with the one with the subsystem, has a massive amount of her own trauma in which a system had to be created within her.
Wow.
And that just suggests polyfragmentation.
Poly meaning many.
Polyfragmentation can go up to 1K and more.
Oh, bloody hell.
Here we go. Here's your rundown of my alters. Pebbles, she's nonverbal. And she was saying that it's a little girl in my grandpa's arms. So that would mean she's a year to 2 years old. And Megan, she's 5. Nani, she's 9 and she does sign language. Rachel's 13. She is a trauma holder. Amber is 13 as well with abandonment issues. 2 at the same age has me concerned. Anthony is 16. Mark is 15. Brittany is 18. She's the bark in my system. Rayne, 22, usually the gatekeeper, and she's our spiritual altar, which suggests ritualistic abuse and religious trauma. Then you've got Manon, who's the core, which is the body. I was born 49 years ago, and she's the Christian within the system.
Oh.
Stephanie, she's the bite of my system. And she's 18, but she seems to age at the traumaversary of the last assault in 2021. Uvia is a fragment of Rayne, and a fragmentation of an altar is basically a part of her that split for a necessity. And in this case, it was because I needed a Spanish-speaking altar. And so that's where Uvia comes in, and Uvia can talk your ear off in Spanish and sit there and have a conversation like there's no tomorrow. And then we've got the narrator, medical, legal, Brittany's subsystem, Clarissa, who's 40, and Storm, I don't know her age.
Oh. Can you ever bring them out on purpose, like if you want to,
not yet, no.
Oh.
No, it don't work that way. Not when you're at the beginning. I mean, my goal is functional multiplicity.
Right.
I don't ever want to be Manon again. Ever. Our brains are miraculous organs. One of my alters scores an IQ of 167.
Wow.
Another alter She only hit 92.
Yeah.
When you live with DID and you're just beginning to heal, it's kind of like opening Pandora's box, because now it just feels like I'm multiplying, and it's so loud and confusing and scary. And if I get down to the downright nitty gritty of DID, all the anger, all the hate that you hear other DID systems spew,
Yeah.
if they would sit with their anger long enough to realize they were just truly heartbroken by the lack of protection and love that should be in a family.
To help everybody else, just to help the people that are in your situation, is something like I would want to find out, like what others could do to try to help people in your situation without causing them more harm.
I think that is a very, very profound but eloquently put question. So let me see if I can answer it as eloquently as you put it. If you see somebody with DID veering off or acting as if they kind of don't know what's going on, and if you watch some of my videos and whatnot, you'll see this, but if you see a person with DID and they're veering off, they're very much probably stuck in a memory. And the best thing you can do for that person is to say, hey, come back to me. What you thinking about? Look at me. Breathe. Let's talk. Try to get them back, because they're stuck in a very dark place. That's how you help somebody with DID.
Make this easy, and do this easy, so we can do the hard way. That's why it's part of us. The easy way, we can do the hard way. There's no way they can do anything. There's no evidence. But this is what I'm telling you. Nobody knows my emotions more than I do. And nobody can say my experiences about that because I was the person who experienced it. Understand? So I don't understand. No, you don't understand. If you understood, you would have learned to go to the child molester.
No, Delilah. I'm going to stop you right there.
Hey, thank you so much, Rayne, for for starting this amazing video, and thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And it has definitely been an eye opener.
Yeah, like I was telling you before we went on the show tonight, that I just really appreciate you sharing your story with us and allowing me to make that for you, because I learned so much this week. Like, I have a way better understanding to what is going on and how much trauma that people are actually being put through. Like, I know now. Like, I knew before, but it wasn't like I know now. Like, it just opened up another door for me to see in, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I figure it like this. One, shame dies when stories are told in safe places. Two, I'm here to spread awareness. So if all the pain I'm going through while I heal helps somebody else, my pain's worthwhile.
Well, isn't that the only way to heal is to go through it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing that journey with us. I have, lots of gratitude for that. It
I'm grateful to
just
have
made
had the
me a better
opportunity.
person. Being able to do that and learn all this has just made me a better human being, because now I have a better understanding to the trauma. It's the trauma that I have a better understanding to, even though I haven't been through the trauma, but just going through this experience this week just helped me really understand the kind of trauma that goes in with this DID. It's terrible, and nobody should have to go through that or be put through that for someone else's gain. It's not what humans and humanity is all about. So hopefully we can make a difference with what we're doing. I don't know, but I appreciate it. It made a difference in my life. Thank you.
Well, thank you for allowing me to spread awareness for the diagnosis that is over stigmatized. Thank you, guys.
And I didn't put that in, but in part of that interview, you were talking about people like faking the DID. And there was this whole thing, and I was like, okay, so I went and checked it out, right? And it was the most disgusting shit I think I've ever seen. Like, really? I mean, you're right. People are doing this, and it's disgusting. It's not even right. Not even right at all. Like, I was just like, holy, why would anybody want to do that?
Attention. They're obviously having some kind of issue, but man, don't fake claim something when you don't know what I went through to become what I am.
You don't want to fake that, because you don't want to have to have gone through that trauma to be a part of that. Like, I just don't, I didn't get it. I thought it was disgusting.
Yeah. And no person should ever feel bad for what they had to go through to become the warrior that they are.
Right. And we can do better.
The systems aren't monsters. The monsters are the people who didn't protect or remove from the abuse after disclosure. Those are your monsters. The monsters are too busy saving face. I'm just trying to save my life.
Like Nicole Zellweger, the judge, my daughter was just, the audio we just listened to, that was my daughter and the judge. And, I haven't seen my daughter since that day. That's a monster, and she does not deserve to be on the bench.
No, she does not at all. When you have a child fleeing to the judge, that I've never heard an adult even have the bravery or the courage or whatever you want to call it to do.
Stand up to that demon. Like, she did something that nobody else was doing.
Nobody. I have never even, not even the attorney. They're not even.
And you heard what Lotus just said. The monsters were the ones that didn't listen.
It didn't protect the children. The monsters are the system, are the people behind the system, and the people behind your system, right? Your DID system. Can you explain a little bit about what the system means and just what a system is when it comes to your DID?
Well, I can tell you that every system is different. I can only tell you about my system, even since I've done the podcast that people just watched. I have a updated roll call and a system.
They're constantly forever changing, aren't they?
Well, I quit masking about 3 years ago. And that means that, I just got tired of trying to fit in a box. I didn't even know there was a box.
So
and if there is, you're going to shove it up your ass.
But you have curves. I have curves. We have curves. We don't fit in boxes.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I've been
So-
that way all my life too. Don't put me in a box. I don't fit in your box.
I always say I don't conform.
Maybe that's why I have the box now.
Maybe that's why you're you like you
Dottie box.
connected
That's maybe
dots.
why I have
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So
I just wanted again to say thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
We didn't plan on staying here long. Thank you for coming on with us. I wanted to put that out. I thought it was important. It was time.
I'm grateful. Thank you for the opportunity, and I hope to be able to introduce you to another system.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, just let us know for sure.
She can
And-
probably explain system better. I've got old information. She's got the newer information.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Has she like not long, like been ID longer, but I guess that's
Well,
the right question.
She's not much younger than me. I think she's about 9 years younger than myself. And she was recently diagnosed to where you can put your brain in an MRI and you can tell that you're switching.
Oh,
I was diagnosed due to amnesia, self-harm, and I'd have no idea how these words got carved into my legs, or my handwriting, the IQ differences between tests. Those are the things that I was diagnosed and what they utilized when I was diagnosed over 23 plus years ago.
Mm. Now, I noticed when I went and was doing some research that a lot of people like kind of struggle with it, just to, be active in their day-to-day life.
The hardest part that my therapist helped me get to is, first I had to acknowledge that the abuse really was that bad.
Mm.
And then I had to acknowledge and become aware and open communication within the system so that we can heal at a pace that we can handle.
Now, did
And
you
our
just start having
brain
memories?
is constantly processing.
Mm. Did you just start having memories? Is that how you started to like discover these systems?
Well, in 2021, I was re-traumatized on the other side of the fence. Old man like catch a feel. And that brought out Stephanie. And then I started becoming really aware of the fact that, okay, my body's doing stuff and I can't control it, but it's like I'm watching it like an out of body experience, and you have no control over what's going on. And that's depersonalization. But it at times can be scary.
Yeah, I can imagine. Especially not knowing, like just why, like watching yourself from a distance, not knowing what you're gonna do.
Yeah, you never know who or what's going to come out my mouth.
Right. That would be interesting.
Spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, exactly.
I'm your wife,
now?
your side chick, and your bitch all in one.
Right.
I just thought a Wheel of Fortune. You
Well, I
could
like that you
rename
can
it.
have, I like that you can have a sense of humor about it.
I love it. Like the sense of humor, like
Sarcasm.
Yeah, you gotta,
Yes.
you're not gonna laugh. What are you gonna do? Cry about it?
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
so wow.
The right
Well-
people will stay.
The right people will stay, exactly. Oh, and I loved your thing I found on your page about friends.
I saw that on the thing, I about cried. I had to stop it so I could read what you'd written.
Yeah, no, I
And
thought
I
that was
was like,
great.
that was what I put.
That was a great quote. Yeah, no, I totally quoted that from you because it was really nice. It was true.
It made me cry.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I just liked it. I thought it was right on the money.
I used to be ashamed of my DID, but right here, this moment, I'm very proud to be the Lotus system.
Yeah, no, like I learned a lot from the Lotus system in the last week and a half, something like that.
I'm honored to get the to watch this creation and learn what it really is about.
Well, because of your systems, I was able to be a little bit more creative in what I was working on this week, so that was really cool. I like that aspect of it, that I was able to tap into some more creativity and just kind of go, a little bit crazy, if you say.
Yeah,
Like crazy, like Jen's daughter would say.
It's okay. We're all mad here.
That's right. Like my daughter would say.
Yeah, like your daughter would say, crazy. My boyfriend's going to break up with me in a week because I'm crazy.
On TikTok, I used to do this crazy lady alert when I did
Oh, that's
my
fun.
lives.
That would be so
Crazy lady alert.
Yeah.
Now, if you're
that would-
seeing me, it's dissociative identity disorder on FYP, DID on FYP.
Right.
Maybe we should do a side by side sometime of her doing her crazy one and then Cheyenne
Oh, that
doing
would
her
be
crazy
fun.
one. That would be
would be fun.
Do a
amazing.
blind react.
Oh,
That would be that would be amazing.
Yeah, come play with me on TikTok. Lotus Rayne 73, I believe.
I'm on there. I'm either Where is Delilah or Sacred Lavicia. I'll find you on there.
Okay.
For sure. We'll hook up on the.
It's on those videos you use to do the thing.
Now, when I was looking on TikTok at the DID, for some reason, your videos didn't come up for me. I don't know if I wasn't putting it incorrectly or the way I was searching, or I didn't see any of yours, but I did see quite a few, and I did see the people faking.
Yeah. I'll try to get you the info. I'll figure that out. I don't know how to combine everything. I just I goof off, but I'll figure it out.
Okay. Awesome.
So everybody be sure to research dissociative.
Yay.
Dissociative
identity
disorder. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And make sure to check out the website. There's a link from the Facebook page to it. We're on YouTube, Telegram, Rumble,
Twitter.
I think that's about it.
TikTok.
Telegram. All those.
Thank
you for coming on. Have a good night.
Okay, have a good night. Good night.